Very warm welcome from Székesfehérvár, the finishing city of today's first stage of 2022 edition of Tour of Hungary. 198 kilometers long stage with 1,651 meters of altitude difference. And what a day it was today on the first stage of Tour of Hungary. A little bit of video postcard from the home city of and the start city of today's stage one, which is Csákvár. I said 198 kilometers long stage. It will start in Csákvár as we see the map of Hungary, map of the whole 5 stages of today's edition. So we go from Csákvár, Veterspolgár, and then at Bicske we enter a local lap that the cyclists were going through 3 times. On that local lap we had a sprint finish in Bicske and we had a category 3 KOM at Etyek. Then going out from the local lap, coming back to Csákvár, and then through the villages of Jan and Zamolyi, coming back to the Székesfehérvár, the coronation ceremony city. More than 50 Hungarian kings were crowned here at this city and in this ceremony ground between the 10th and the 16th century. A nice little video vignette of Csákvár and the signing this morning. Stephen Roach together with Mr. Eisenkramer, with the mayors of Csákvár and the Secretary of Sport of Hungary was responsible to cut the ribbon. Stephen Roach, as I said, the former Grand Tour winner and world champion, is this year's invitee by the Tour of Hungary. We'll see him in the next days on the podium and around the race. This is how it looked at the start in Csákvár. Some of the national champions, among them Viktor Filutas, also the Finnish champion from Team Novo Nordisk. This is the Esterházy Palace that was on the road of today's first stage. Esterházy Palace will be passed by 2 times today, as this is the real start. And shortly after a few tries, unsuccessful tries I must say, riders from Sports Flandern Baloise, we can see some of the other riders of other continental teams that were certainly yearning to get to the breakaway today. Joey Roscoff, who was very good today, the US national champion. You can see Joey Roscoff there in the jersey of the US national champion and also of the human-powered health continental team, pro-continental team from the United States. Soon enough, the first breakaway was built and was constructed between Marton Dina, Joey Rosskopf, Jens Reinders, Aron van Pucke, and Viktor Filutas. It was a courtesy of today's breakaway. We had 2 national champions among them, and Team de Klerk just shortly after understood what was his really clearly what was his obligation and why he was brought here. Oh, what happened here? So we have 10 national road champions present at this year's Tour of Hungary 2022 edition. While we see the kids from Etiek Primary School saluting the peloton. These are already the pictures from the first KOM of the race that was won by, or the maximum points were taken by Viktor Filutas. It was obviously that we have 2 fronts, one constructed by the Hungarian riders of the breakaway that were Viktor Filutas and Dina Marton, and the other front was by the Sport Vlaanderen Baloise Van Hucke and Reinders, who were dealing with the points on the intermediate sprints and the KOMs of today. Pancho Arena, famous arena at its home to the Ferenc Puskás Football Academy. Beautiful sports venue, as we can see in the Fehérvár region. I mentioned that there are 10 national road champions here present. Among them, it's the Austrian Patrick Conrad, Jonas Hentala from Finland, that we could see, the Team Novo Nordisk rider. And now we see the first intermediate sprint of the stage. That was won by, again, I think, Viktor Filutas, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was also... Yes, exactly. Viktor Filutas took the points on the KOM and on the intermediate sprint in front of Reinders and Van Pucke. But that surge of attack and the energy spent in that was later paid the dividends for Filutas, because he was the only member of that original breakaway that couldn't stay with the guys and couldn't follow the tempo of the other 4 riders. At the front, the young Alexander Balmer from Switzerland, from Bike Exchange, was on his duty, controlling the tempo of the big group, along with his much older colleague, Team de Klerk. There was a problem for Dina Marton on his Aurum Magma bike that is ridden this year by the Iolo Kometa team. Now it was Joey Rosskopf's time to attack on the second passing through the KOM, through the 3 KOMs. Same KOM at today's stage. Filutas was giving it all, along with Dina Marton, obviously working for him, but at the end, Aron van Pucke on the second crossing at Etiek took the maximum points in front of Dina Marton and I think Viktor Filutas. Exactly. Was totally drained Filutas after this attack. It was the moment when he decided that that was enough for him, and he will come back to the big group afterwards. Yeah, we can see now Filutas taking some bottles for the guys who were coming from the back. Smart thinking by the sports director of the Adria Mobile team, which I think is Marko Kump on this year's edition of the Tour of Hungary. Now he will have the time to spread around the bottles that he took from the team car. Of course, preparations for the sowing seasons are already on in at this part of Europe. Now we see Jens Reinders going for it in the second intermediate sprint at Bitchke. And taking the maximum number of points in front of Dina Marton and Joy Roscoff. The time difference of the escape group was always around 1:42 minutes. It didn't vary so much during this period of the stage. As I said, Team de Klerk of Quickstep and Balmer of Bike Exchange did a phenomenal job, I would say, in these moments. I'll watch the up with his humor, Fabio Jakobsen. One of the many reservoirs of water we can find in Hungary, all over Hungary. Really, the hydrological wealth of this country is immense. And this is the last time on the third categorized climb at Etjek. This time Aron van Hucken took the bull for the horns and all the maximum points. Generally great day for the Sport Vlaanderen riders, and without a doubt Hans de Klerk, sports director of Sport Vlaanderen Baloise Tour of Hungary, will be more than satisfied with the performance of his riders on today's stage. They spent 95% of the time, or more than 99% of the time in the breakaway, giving a lot of sponsor time. So even the last intermediate sprint in Csákvár was won by the Sport Vlaanderen Baloise riders. To be more exact, by Jens Reinders in front of Marton Dina and Joseph Roscoff. And then some 30 kilometers till the end, the time difference started to fall. It went below 1 minute, 1 moment, 54 seconds. And then you could see that Bora Hansgrohe also offered a hand of help to de Klerk and Balmer, who were grinding all day long. And this was the only significant incident, I would say, that happened on today's stage. Involved by 5 riders. Among them it was Victor Filutas, one of the Caja Rural Seguros riders. It was Callum Johnston from Great Britain, and we could see Filutas here suffering after that fall that he had. There's a little blood and damaged skin on his left arm, but obviously nothing serious, because Filutas did manage to finish today's stage, and we will see him on tomorrow's second stage. And some 16 kilometers till the end. The breakaway was still in the mood, was still animated to work hard. Give swaps at the front, and we could see a determined group of riders to hold it together and maybe to avoid the attacks of the big group from behind. Although it was 15 kilometers till the end, 35 seconds of difference was not enough for them to be sure that they can fight it out until the end. But you have to give the credit to the 4 guys, because they gave everything. They didn't start to calculate in between them. There was no moment of hesitation or calculation. It was straight on work, hard on the pedals, trying to keep the tempo high. As much as the main group was certainly looked at this moment, I wouldn't say disorganized, but not so so well prepared, not so in desire to catch the guys on the back. There was some less than 15 kilometers till the end. 31 seconds of time difference, and that difference didn't fall. Even in the last 10 kilometers, we will see it later on, guys managed to hold that. And really, you couldn't ask for more. While we are going through Zámolyi, you couldn't ask for more from these guys, showing the grit and showing the desire, which not in many cases, but in some cases could be rewarded with a chance to win the stage. You could see now on this kicker after the village of Zámolyi, the big group behind could see now the front group. They had the visual contact, but still there was no organized work as we are used to in these situations. There were no organized trades, there were no organized chase. when you see the group like spread out like this on the road, you know very well that they are not going full gas. Everybody was expecting from the one beside to start this chase and to bring this fugitive group back. At these moments we could see the only organized team was Bora Hansgrohe taking it from the right side, and Quickstep, who was pretty timid in their showing at these moments. We were, at least I was expecting more actual presence of the whole team, of the whole Quickstep train, sprint lead out train. But that didn't happen. So Marton Lina, Joseph Roskopf, Jens Reinders and Aron van Pukke continued their epic ride of the day. You could see now the looks from behind. They even shared a smile, knowing that this hesitance that was coming from the behind can play out well on their account. And now we can see Alpecin Phoenix, Trek Segafredo, Israel Premier Tech, Bike Exchange and Quickstep pulling it on the front, but pulling it rather with the back foot in that sense. Just 12 kilometers till the end, still 30 seconds. Everybody knew that the finish of today's stage will be pretty difficult and pretty technical. Very technical, I would say, because in the last kilometer there were two 90-degree curves left and right on a road stretch that was not so wide. City road, two-lane city road, so they must be thinking at this moment how to position well and where to position their team in the preparation of the final sprint. You could see also Ineos Grenadiers, who were there working for their first sprinter of the race, Elia Viviani. There was Matthew Wells from Bora Hansgrohe, two Olympic champions at this year's Tour of Hungary, both of them Olympic champions on the track. But the hope never left Van Hoeke, Reinders, Roskopf and Marton. And that was the very positive thing to watch and to see. Their only hope was to survive as much as they could and maybe wait for their chance. But we'll see Alexander Balmer, who has signed off from his day of work at the office. 10 kilometers to the finish line. That was it by the young 22-year-old Swiss rider of Bike Exchange. said, the only hope that the breakaway group had is to survive until that 800, 700 meters to the finish line. Those two big curves that I mentioned. That was their only hope, that they can maybe, with a big maybe, have a chance for a win. Ilio Keisse showed up at the front. Ilio Keisse, who will probably be a very, very important part of the sprint lead-out team for Fabio Jakobsen of Quick Step Alpha Vinyl team. It was 9 kilometers till the end and 27 seconds. Time difference kept really high, well, high in this zone. The sprinters team, Alpecin Phoenix, doing really good on the right side, although they are not here with any of their principal sprinters, I would call, like that team earlier, Jasper Philipsen, and I will put in that jar Matthew van der Poel also, and Jakub Mareško, multiple stage winner of Tour of Hungary, Jakub Mareško, who unfortunately had to abandon Giro on yesterday's stage to Mount Etna. It was that fourth stage proved to be a big chunk, a big bite for the small-figured Polish-Italian sprinter who now rides for Alpecin Phoenix. I truly hope that Jakub Mareško will find his niche in this team and get back on winning track once again. He chose the very competitive environment to continue his career. He already has a good sprinting pedigree, but never been confirmed on the highest top-end level of cycling racing, modern cycling racing now, which would be win on the stage win on the Grand Tours, or maybe stage win on the one-week stage races. There are numerous one-week stage races that we have in Europe, or the less famous one-day races that we also see all around Europe. We can see Niels Pollitt from Bora Hansgrohe. These moments. Viktor Filutas, who was trying to hang on the back of this big group. And the kilometers were passing by, the time difference was still in the high 20s. 5.4 kilometers to the finish line in Székesfehérvár. And we as spectators, aside from our television sets or monitors or phones, whatever you consume the cycling content we are giving to you, the cycling fan in us always wakes up in these situations, always cheering for the underdogs. In this case was the four-man breakaway group. And then finally, Quick Step Alpha Final Team said enough is enough. We don't want to risk anymore and play games. We have a race to win. And soon enough, the time difference started to melt down. But as I said, the front group never lost their hope in that way. That maybe, with again big maybe, they can end up and have the chance to go for the stage win, which of course would be a great surprise. First of all, because of the configuration of today's stage, because of the length, and second of all, because of all of the sprinters and sprinters teams that came especially for that, racing and competing the sprint on Tour of Hungary 2022. Was also the configuration of the terrain coming up to Székesfehérvár that also played on the front group side, a little bit downhill to reach the city of Székesfehérvár. A lot of road furniture in these last 3 kilometers. As I said, 2 big roundabouts and 2 90% curves, 90-degree curves, one on the right and then on the left before the ending sprint line, straight sprint line of 700 to 800 meters. Certainly, they already started to believe that there is a small chance that they might do it. It was 10 seconds, it was 1,500 meters to go. see now. We even entered in the last kilometer of the race, going through the Flamme Rouge. Without the big group catching all the members of the breakaway. It was interesting now as a block played a role, one of the Bala's riders, and we could see that no one was organized. Fabio Jakobsen was now there in the... It was not even Fabio Jakobsen who was there in wanting to contest the finish, the sprint. Probably bad positioning of the Dutch sprinter. The best lead out to the sprint finish was by Matteo Moschetti, but also Olaf Koic from Team Jumbo-Visma had a great finish, great lead out, and in the end contested the sprint alongside Elia Viviani and finished as a winner of today's Stage 1 Tour of Hungary 2022. Olaf Koic, 20-year-old sprinter of Jumbo-Visma team, immediately greeted by his colleagues, Jumbo-Visma, who came here a little bit under the radar, not revealing their playing cards too much, not pressuring the young cyclist Olaf Koic about his performance and his racing. So what that produced is a relaxed rider, ready to roll, ready to compete, and the end result was first victory, leader jersey, and also leader jersey in the points classification. You could see the celebration of the Jumbo-Visma riders there in the back when they figured that their co-equipier won today's stage in front of Elia Viviani. Also worth to mention, phenomenal ride by Matthew Wells, the British who rides for Bora Hansgrohe. But what a race by Olaf Koic, what a race. These are the results of the Stage 1. Olaf Koic in front of Viviani, Valls, Barbier, Moschetti, Kanter, Groenewegen, Wemas, Meyerhofer, and Arvid de Klein. We're gonna hear now the interview with the winner.
A big win. Seemed like a really hectic sprint, and the positioning was important in the last corner. How do you win it?
Yeah, it was indeed quite hectic. It was quite easy all day, so then you know the final will be really fast and also hectic. So yeah, when we got to the front, or when we got the space, we took initiative. I think with like 5k to go, and then it was indeed try to hold a good position till the corner, and from there still had one guy with me, so it was perfect. And then I jumped on track and yeah, could launch my sprint with 200 to go, so that was perfect.
Phenomenal ride and very mature interview of today's winner, Olaf Koic, of the 20-year-old Dutch rider of Jumbo-Visma. As I said, he was leader of the general classification. He will wear the yellow jersey tomorrow at the Stage 2. And this is also how the classification ended in front of Reinders and Viviani, who were now second and third.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is the points classification, also led by Olaf Koic. In front of Raiders, Viviani, Walls, Barbier, Dina, Moschetti, Filotas, Max Kanter, and Dylan Groenewegen. Of course, Reinders will wear the green jersey, will be the substitute in the green jersey tomorrow. And this is the mountain classification with Aaron van Pucke, Marton Dina, Victor Filutas, and Joseph Roskopf. The only 4 riders that took points in this classification on today's stage 1. Aaron van Pucke from Sport Vlaanderen Valois. And in the best Hungarian rider classification, Marton Dina is the best classified Hungarian rider in front of Karl Solimosi. And Marton will take the white jersey reserved for the best Hungarian national rider. With these images, I'm telling you goodbye. My name is Svetozar Pavlovic, and stay with us tomorrow on stage 2 of Tour of Hungary 2022.